There was some, not body, but ethnic part. And so, of them we can see places where they grow. This is one of the modern art by Salvador Dali. I don't understand this his creations. So it's a simple bench no comments. And something better is the Jan Sibelius Memorial in Helsinki. It consists of a couple of beams which is welded in one big seam with holes. Who was Jan Sibelius and why we see this monument in Helsinki? He was a very important and famous composer of 19th century of Finland. He created an official anthem of Finland, so everybody in Finland knows him, and they like this memorial. But why this form? Because when wind coming through these tubes, people, how they say, they can hear the sounds which looks like Jan Sibelius music. And, this is an anti-records. And I forgot to say that it consists of two parts. One of this you already seen, and this is the second. It is the head of Jan Sibelius. Two people don't forget what this memorial is. And it was created by Oleg to them. I couldn't remember this name because it is finished so long. And the last one which I want to say is a provocative memorial because it is symbolized in middle finger. And it was made by Maurizio Cattelan. It is situated in Italy, in Milan.
What does it symbolize?
Symbolize?
I
don't know exactly, but author says that his creation called
was an edge.
Of course, the Italian government didn't like this monument, but they said that Italy, all over the world, was the capital of modern art, and they should to enter it and enjoy it.
Is it governmental building?
Violence and value add.
So, thanks for listening.
Violence.
Oleg, thank you very much for your presentation. And we continue with our second speaker. So please welcome Ibrahim.
Thank you very much.
The Toastmaster, the speakers, the timekeeper, table session master and evaluator, the grammarian, and all respected personnel present. Once again, my name is Ibrahim from Ghana. I deem it a grateful honor to be called upon on this platform to give a speech. Actually, I would like to talk about a very important topic today, which is unity and togetherness. And to begin with, let us take into consideration the human body, I mean ourselves, how the body reacts, how the human body reacts to infections or falls in one part of the body. Like for instance, you have a severe wound in some part of your lower limb. How will the body react to these severe wounds? It is very clear that the possible effects that we can suffer from this severe wound is one, you experience pains all over the body. That's one. And two, you begin to experience fever, that is rising body temperature. And three, if possible, tears may flow out of your eyes. That's 3. Now, let's ask ourselves, I want to ask a question. We all know that the exact location of the fault or the infection is somewhere around your lower limb. But why rise in temperature all over your body? Why tears outflow from the eyes? And also why pains all over the body? Who can answer this question?
You try to burn them
Yeah.
with your temperature.
Yeah. This is all about the effective or the strong coordination between all the organs of the body, in a sense that when one part of the body is being affected, the whole body responds to that effect. That part alone will not suffer from that pains. The whole body will come together and respond to that effect in the particular part of the body. And likewise, there is the need for us to also cultivate that habit in our human society. Because I always ask myself, if the internal body is able to promote unity and togetherness within itself, why don't we emulate that character in our external environment? Because the organs and tissues in the body, they are interrelated, they are strongly connected in such a way that when there is a fault in one part, all the other organs will respond to it. That part alone will not suffer from that effect. This is due to the effective coordination between the organs of the body. So there is a need for us to also cultivate and grow that habit for unity and togetherness to be established in our human society. Now, how do we then develop unity and togetherness in our society? First of all, we should have love for one another. We should develop love for one another. And you should wish good for your neighbor as you do unto yourself. Don't wish good for yourself and wish bad for others. That will not strengthen the love between you and your neighbor. And we should develop love for one another irrespective of the skin color, whether you are black or white, and irrespective of the country that you are from. Whether you are from Ukraine, you are from Gambia, all the countries, irrespective of the country that you are from, and irrespective of the ethnicity or the background in which you are from. That's the first thing that we can use to develop unity and togetherness in our society. And second, we should always try to recall the bad things that we've been towards our neighbors. Why am I saying this? Maybe if you've done something wrong to your neighbor, try to always apologize. Oh, so and so, I'm sorry for what I did to you the other time. I will not do that again. I'm sorry. Try to always apologize and feel regret for that. That will strengthen love and unity between you and that person. And also, thirdly, we should always try to remember the good things that your neighbor has done to you. And always try to show appreciation. In a sense that maybe when someone does something good to you, if you meet the person, just try to show appreciation. So I really appreciate what you did to me the other time. I'm happy for that. So I would like to end by saying that when there is unity and togetherness in the society, achievement to all goals in life will become flexible and easier. Thank you very much.
Ibrahim, thank you very much for your speech. And our next speaker for today is Andrew as well.
Hello, this is my second time here on Toastmasters, and today I'm going to tell you about my observations, about my conclusions about Germany. Yes, I was in Germany a couple of weeks ago, and a couple of words about my trip. I traveled with my friend. We traveled using hitchhiking, or by other words, autostop, and sometimes by bus. We met several people, met different people, a lot of different people, and it was very interesting trip. So I would like to start from the stereotypes that we usually think about Germany and compare it with my own observations. So, the first stereotype is that Germany is the cleanest country in the world. I think all of you think so, or maybe a lot of you. I thought the same. I thought that Germany is really the cleanest country in the world, that there is no rubbish on the road, but that's not true. I just came from the bus and saw this in the Frankfurt. And you can see this in a lot of cities in Germany, especially in the big cities. Yes, German people tries to fix it. And, you can see a lot of rubbish cars on the streets that fixes it. But I think that Kharkov is much more cleaner city than Frankfurt and Munich and so on. So, the second stereotype for me is that the Germans always follow rules. I thought that if you are in Germany, that all drivers aim with the maximum allowed speed, that they always follow the rules, but it's not true. You can drive on the road where the maximum limit is 100 kilometers and the driver can drive with speed 150 kilometers and even more, and it's normal. So I was very surprised, but they do not always follow the rules. The next stereotype is that Germans always come in time. Yes, I thought that the German people were the most correct people. That's not true. Several times, as I said before, we used bus. I think 3 times or 4, and all this time the bus was delayed, and even on 15 or 20 minutes. And when we met different people, when we planned to plan some appointment with different people, sometimes they were late too, the German. The next surprising thing for me is that Germans do not have the best roads. Yes, I thought that if German people have BMW, Mercedes, Audi and so on, they should have the best roads in the world. Yes, they have very good roads, but not excellent. I think in some other countries like Poland or Austria you can find much more better roads than in Germany. Because I thought that in the German autobahns you can just push the gas to the down and do not think about anything. But it's not true, because you can find a lot of holes on the roads. Some places where the road should be fixed. The next surprising for me was that not only Ukrainians don't know English. Yes, I heard it several weeks ago here on the Toastmasters. As I remember, the guy, his name David maybe? David? I don't remember exactly. He said that he was very surprised that Ukrainians do not know English at all. And I was very surprised that German people are the same as Ukrainians. They don't know English. Not at all, but a lot of people. You can just ask them for the direction and they can't say you anything. Just, okay, somewhere there or there or there. Don't know, don't speak English, only German. And you can see it everywhere. On the streets, in the supermarkets, and so on. Yes, I met a lot of people there that know English well. I spoke with them, they told me some interesting stories with good English, but most of people don't know English. The next surprising thing for me is that Europeans not always eat natural food. I thought that when you buy something in the Ukraine, you can be sure that this food is real, natural, and so on. But the same situation is in the Europe. I bought there a milk, and it wasn't nothing similar with milk, actually. It was just some white something. Yes, it was the cheapest milk, but
Unfortunately, we can't swear.
yes. Okay, looks like my time finished. Just a couple of words about facts. Germans like fast food very much. Yes, you can see there are a lot of non-European people, especially from Syria. You can find. I saw only one policeman during my 6 days in Germany. I was surprised. And yes, they have very expensive prices. So that's all.
Andrew, thank you very much for this insight. So this is the end of the first part of the meeting, and then we will continue with the table topic session. So I believe Eugene will explain the rules in brief. So
Yeah, just take some time.
yeah, okay, I'll explain the rules.
You can tell a joke if you want.
Okay, so basically what's going to happen right now is the following. So we have a set of questions. So the question is asked, and the person is picked randomly out of the audience, and he or she has a chance to practice his public speaking right here on the stage, so facing the public. So actually, you can refuse, but still this doesn't make any sense. If you do not participate, you do not take any value from this meeting. So please welcome Eugene.
Hello everyone, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Eugene. I'm very happy to see you again, as ever. How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay, fine. Okay, I'm very happy. So now it's time to face the moment of truth, actually. We are going to check your improvisational skills. So the task is the following. I have prepared several questions for you. All these questions are about one topic. So your task will be to answer this question. So I will ask one question. I will pick up the person. It will be my own personal decision to pick one of them, one of you actually. And this person will have 2 minutes to improvise on the answer. Give to answer 2 minutes, standing right here in this place in front of the audience. So we've got this young beautiful lady who's a timer. So you got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes. The timer, okay. Who wants to start? Yes, thank you. So you can stay with me. So 1 minute. So green card means that 1 minute is passed, and yellow card means that 2 minutes have passed. Is that clear? 2 minutes have passed. Okay, here we go. So friends, today we're going to talk about a thing that is quite common, especially nowadays. Things that we're surrounded, that surround us almost every day, every hour, every minute, and I guess in some cases even every second. So wherever we go, we're surrounded by these things. So whether we are taking a stroll along a street, enter some buildings, take a means of transport. So this thing is called advertising, actually. So, what is advertising? Do you like advertising, John? This question is for everybody.
No.
No.
No. So I didn't expect it.
depends from quality advertising. So
Quality.
exists very
What kind of advertising do you like?
so it's short films which advertise some things, but with great music, with great cover, with great
Frame?
Video.
characters and
Okay.
with topic and sense.
Okay, so
With
you
interesting
will have a
idea,
chance.
maybe.
Interesting idea. Shocking or funny? Okay, so actually you will have an opportunity to answer one of these questions. So let's begin with the first one. So, why do we need advertising? So, have you ever thought about this thing? Just this, the reason why we need it. Okay, this question is going to be answered by this young lady. So we will start with newcomers. You're welcome. 2 minutes.
Tell us your name, please.
Marco. Oh.
We advertising because
If you were a seller, would you need advertising?
if I will be a seller, I will advertising maybe some food or projects for home house and
Do you need advertising?
no.
Why? Why don't you need? It's quite irritating. Thank you. Okay, certainly talking about this topic, definitely we can't miss such question as whether advertising can be positive or negative. So let's look at the negative sides of advertising. So what are negative sides of advertising? And this question is going to be answered by this young lady. Sure.
I think that the negative sides of advertising are, first of all, people have too many information of one product. So we have some medicine, yes, and effect of this medicine probably one, but many. One second. Many private
Institutions probably.
частные предприниматели.
Oh.
Oh, yes. They make different medicine, and we buy that medicine. What most what most advertise, but it can be bad for our health. And every day we go in on the work, or maybe in school or university, and it's we saw so many advertised, and it's not so good for us because we want to sleep, and there are people would tell you take, and but we don't want to take this card. So
I bet you are a pharmacist. Am I right?
I'm a medical student.
Medical student.
Yeah,
Of course. Thank you. And certainly, so talking about negative sides, we can't do without positive. So we should understand why we need advertising. And this question is for this young lady. You're welcome.
I think that advertising have a lot of different positive sides. For the first side is that many people have job because of it, because we have salaries and marketing specializations, and we can see a lot of different creative videos in YouTube and maybe in some on TV and some other places. And I like to watching some advertising videos. The Cannes Festival, which present a lot of different advertising videos with interesting ideas, and some of that. Sometimes advertising videos are like films or short stories, and you even can laugh a lot of it and maybe cry. It gives us a lot of different emotions, and also because of advertising I can get some interesting information about products and see new products which I don't see before. And that's all, maybe.
Thank you very much.
What's your name, please?
So for me, I think that one of the biggest roles of advertising is that it can help sell it to raise the awareness of a new product. So, okay, thank you, and it's time for our next question. So the question is to everyone: do you think that we can advertise everything? Everything.
Okay.
My gosh. Okay. So everything.
No, some products.
In this case, my question is not relevant. Okay. So certainly there are some things that are quite harmful for many people, and actually it's better not to advertise. But again, it depends. So, and the question. So this question is for this gentleman. You're welcome.
My name is Oleg. I'm security officer. It's a question special for me. Because we can't advertise some things, drugs, for example, or service of cures, or something else, which we don't need to advertise. Those it's dangerous. Technically dangerous. Maybe you have questions about concrete, direct things which we can't advertise. For example,
Did you see advertising for something that you wouldn't like to see? Did you have a chance to see it on the TV?
TV? No. Porno. We can advertise. Can advertise.
Yeah, I see, but the question is, have you seen something that shouldn't be advertised?
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Should not.
So did you see, like personally, did you see something that was really disturbing for you? What do you think?
I don't understand the question. Unfortunately, I don't speak in English and I don't understand English.
It's not true.
You are speaking with me for 1 minute and now you say that.
Maybe I understand that I not understand.
You saw something that you didn't like.
I saw, but I didn't like.
And don't want that it could be advertised.
For example, advertising of smoking, drink, and some politics.
Lots of questions to you. So first we're not have so much time. So maybe we will change the rules. It will be not 2 minutes, but 20 minutes. Okay, and so the question is to everyone again. So what is the thing? What is the main idea of advertising or making advertising? So what is the main idea of making advertising? Let's imagine that you are going to launch some product to the market. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So, and you need to make an advertisement or advertisement. So, what is the main thing that you need to bear in your mind when making your advertisement?
This thing is the best one.
People should like it.
Why do
Make
people
buy
like
it, okay. And in order to
make people love it, like
love it,
Yeah.
okay.
To sell is the biggest profit.
Mm-hmm.
To sell is the biggest profit.
Mm-hmm. What else?
You make people think that it's that you really need it.
Okay, let's imagine that, okay,
That's
for
a great
example, we are watching some TV, yeah? TV, we're watching TV and we're watching some commercial. Commercial advertising, okay, TVs, for example. So are you ready to go to buy this TV right away or just when come to the shop? So the things that we should bear in mind when making any advertising is to make it memorable. So the question is the following: what makes an advertisement memorable? So this question is for Julie.
Hello everyone. My name is Julia. So Eugene has today very interesting questions. And my question is, what makes advertisements memorable? I think that the most memorable advertisement is the advertisement that makes you feel some really great emotions. They can be bad or good, but they will be really, really big, not big, but
Strong.
great. Yeah. You will see this advertisement and say, oh, I don't know what is it, but I want to buy this, or I want to go in this kino to see this film or buy something. Also, I think that some interesting places where this advertisement can be given to us also can make this advertising memorable for us. For example, somewhere where you don't expect to see this advertising, or in another way, somewhere that you go every day and you can see this advertising every day and you just keep it in mind and know that today I will see this. Maybe it's not a bad product if I know so much about it. And also maybe some famous people or some stars, some people that people that are loved or liked by other people also can make advertising memorable. Thanks.
Okay. Good answer. And next, does it irritate you when you see advertisements everywhere. Everywhere. So these eye-catching things, okay, stick to the walls, just maybe to some bodies. So the question is the following: do you think that there should be some ad-free zones? Okay. Ad-free zones. So the question is for you. Lisa.
Hi everybody, my name is Lisa, and I got this topic to speak about. I really feel always disturbed by all this advertisement. I don't need this advertisement when I'm going with my friend and speaking, and somebody comes and take this, please take this sheet of paper, there is information you don't need, and they speak to me, yes? They not only give me this paper, they say, come to us, on Tuesday we will have drinks, they cost 25 hryvnias, take them. I don't need it when I speak with somebody. I don't need it when I'm thinking about something. So I would like to have no advertisement anywhere. But still, I know that people need it. Some of you told about positive sides, so maybe advertisement has not to be prohibited at all. But where I wouldn't, where I just don't like to have it, at universities, at high schools, we don't need advertisement here because, we also know that we don't speak about politics in universities, but I see it every day. I see this, some professors of politics, they come with some of subjects, yes, they come and they tell this politician is so bad, he's so bad, this government is so bad, the country is so bad. And students hear it, and whether they are interested in politics or not, they hear it and they make their opinion because of his opinion. So political advertisement have not to be anywhere where I can hear it. I just don't want to be there. Where I also don't want to see advertisement, it's on the floor. Really, if they could, they would project advertisement in the air. Because when I go anywhere and I see advertisement on houses, in like, yes, in the trees, yes, and also here in the floor, I just have no place to see anywhere where it's not advertisement. Also, if you go to our Svoboda Square, you maybe have seen these great big screens and very loud music. When I'm going, when I'm crossing the street and auto rents, I just hear all this, buy our things, they're so great, we invite you to buy everything. And I just don't hear the cars or the bus with their sounds. So I would rather not have advertisement in any public places. I think it would be a good thing for people who want to advertise to prohibit it. Because if something is prohibited, many people like it. Yes, and you're right to find this. So just we can make some special places where people can come and listen, watch this advertisement. And the police will come at 9 o'clock, they have to be closed, so at 9:15 there will be most amount of people there. And that's why maybe it will be good both for those ones who want to advertise, for those ones who want to be advertised by this advertisement, and also for me who don't want to see it anywhere else. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate your emotional answers. You're really on edge. To express these emotions. Maybe, yeah, just as for the prohibition of advertising, maybe it would work. Thank you very much. And now it's time for our next question. Certainly, just talking about advertising, usually the target clients are teenagers. Definitely, in order to make a real good advertisement or commercial, so the researchers need to find some information about teenagers or their tastes and interests. And the question is the following. What do you think is the best way to discover the tastes and interests of teenage consumers? Consumers, buyers. Okay, this question is for Kate.
So actually, I think that the question is not, well, it's okay, but I wouldn't say that actually people just try to find out about the interests of teenagers. At first, the society just tries to imply some interests to make teenagers be interested in something before and then to advertise it. For example, how to make, what do we need in a society? Do we need a good society with high moral standards or high moral principles for creating, to develop some things in people's heads, like to make a good career, to make a good family, to get a good job, just to be a very self-developed person. Is it cultivated just right now in the society, or is something else is currently cultivated, something opposite? Don't create a family, don't do anything that develops you. Go and buy some junk food, go and drink, go and, I don't know, smoke, something that just ruins a personal type of a person, or something that ruins the society itself. So I think that a strong society must be built, the fundament of the strong society is built on very high moral and cultural and other principles. But if the teenagers are forced to be interested in bad things, and then they're cultivated, and then they're advertised, this will ruin the society in general. So the teenagers will be forced, without their knowing about this, but they will be forced to be not the best ones to achieve their goals, maybe in life that they wanted to do, but maybe not. I don't know. So it's my personal opinion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Certainly, just I would call our generation internet generation, and definitely it's quite impossible. I believe it's rather impossible to imagine our life without the internet. But at the same time, so the possibilities of internet were caught by people who likes making some advertising. So the question is the following. How does the internet affect advertising? So let's talk about the influence of the internet on advertising. And this question is for Oleg. You're welcome.
My name is Oleg. The question is how the internet affects advertising. As for me, my attitude to advertisement is rather positive, because we all need the advertising, and as for all of us as professions, we always try to advertise ourselves as professionals, because when we want to get a job, when we want to have maybe to have a more high position at our job, we need to advertise ourselves. So how the internet influence on the advertisement? I think that the internet is like the resource of information, so it influences, it expands the advertisement, the way how we can have the information about some products. So, for example, when you want to read something in the internet, you search something and something maybe serious information, you can't avoid the advertising. And sometimes in some sites there are advertisement is very maybe sometimes rude, sometimes the information you don't want to know, and it is maybe sometimes it's like nosing. And for example, about the good side of the advertisement by the internet. For example, nowadays a lot of shops or companies, they sell their products only through the internet. So they don't use the shops, they don't employ the people, they don't pay maybe additional costs, and they sell their services and their products through the internet. So the internet helps to make the products cheaper. So I think that the internet influence in a good way on the advertising. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And it's time for our next question. So definitely there are different types of advertising. One of them commercial. As for another one, so it's called public service. Public service, commercial or social advertising. The question is the following. Why do we need public service advertising? And what are the main functions? Okay, just I want you to look at this picture. Actually, it's quite emotional, I would say. So different thoughts crossing your mind right now. And so this question is for you. Social advertising. Why do we need social advertising? Social advertising.
Hi, my name is Tatiana. I would like to ask you this social advertising, what is it?
Okay, so the main idea, for example, you... That's my internal voice.
Okay, I think sometimes advertising of social things really necessary in our society, because some people couldn't get all the seriousness of the, for example, car accidents that can happen in any time with them. And I saw some very great advertising videos on this topic, and they were so bright that yes, they got my emotion side. And I think if we show for teenagers that can be influenced, like it was said before, this real serious and good advertising, they can think more deeply about this situation on the roads. As for addiction, I think not just advertising should be presented for any generation. I think the example of these people should be shown, and it depends on the topic of social advertising, and it depends on creativeness of the creators of this type of advertising. I think yes, in schools there are a lot of such events that say that pupils should write and draw, paint pictures about addiction, about smoking, about drugs, but I think it's not enough. And we should bring up our kids in good direction, not just by drawing this advertising, but showing them our example. Okay, thank you.
Now it's time for the last challenging task. So, friends, let's imagine that all of us are sellers, entrepreneurs, and we're going to sell something from this room. What would you like to sell?
I'm sorry, would you be so kind as to change the
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So quite memorable.
Yeah.
All right. So what?
Let's sell
would
the
you-
projector.
Yes.
So, rubber projector. So Kate, we're going to sell your projector. Is that okay? In order to sell it, we should advertise. Now, we're going to ask one of you guys, girls, just to sell, to advertise this projector. Okay, ready? Okay, and this person who will face this challenge will be Anne.
No.
You will. Yes.
I'm not a good seller.
So you can take this position.
Yes, right here. Hello, my name is Anne. Today I will be your shop assistant maybe, and I will try to sell you this projector. So, I think it's rather good. It's white.
Why do I need it?
I
need black one.
Why do I need it?
It's white and bright.
Yes, it's a nice thing. It's a beautiful, it's white, it works, and I can sell it twice cheaper than you can buy it in shop. So, yes, it's second-hand, but it's still in a good technical form. And maybe if, for example, if you're a teacher, you make presentations for your pupils, for students, and the thing will help you to do this. And so, take a chance. Don't go to the internet shop. Don't go to the supermarket. Just buy the things from me.
Why is it better than the other projectors?
Was it better?
There is no one.
Actually, there is the only one in this room, and you can buy it right now without going anywhere, without spending your money to public transport, without any problem. Just you buy it and you forget about all your troubles.
Yes.
And it's last.
Yes. So
What's the price?
Price? Oh, I don't know prices on projectors, but I think about 1,000 euros. Expensive.
I buy.
I'll take it.
I
This price.
1,101.
1,000 bucks. Okay.
Okay, let's make how to call it?
Auction.
Yes. Cool.
1,010.
1,010. One.
So we get some hidden talents. So okay, if you want to buy it, friends, just you can have a talk with our administrator. Maybe we'll get this done. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for your wonderful answers. So I hope that the questions were quite interesting, quite relevant to you. And until next time. So thank you very much.
Eugene, thank you very much for your questions. Thanks everybody for participating. And we continue with our third part, so-called evaluation. So we start with the evaluation of our speeches. And we'll start with first of all there. No, please go ahead.
Okay, hello beautiful people, my name is Vel, and today I'm the first evaluator. It's a privilege for me, as I always say, and today I had to do a nice job evaluating Oleg, your speech. First of all, thank you very much for participating, for your effort, for your speech right here. And as usual, I'm going to point some little minuses and big pluses, yeah? And some...
Very nice beginning.
Yeah. So let's begin with pluses. First of all, again, thank you for entertaining the people with some funny facts and some interesting stuff here. It's always appreciated. You had nice visuals. What I really liked about your speech that it was simple and it was clear. I know that a lot of people, when they start speaking English, when they try to deliver a speech, they want to do complicated stuff, but they have no tools for this. Like they try to go into some deep areas of knowledge or other things, and they fail because they don't have the language. Your presentation was simple, your language was simple, your idea was simple, it was entertaining, it was nice, and that's a very good point to start. So you also try to engage people into not only the discussion, into your act. Yeah, it was pretty moderate, but still that was a big plus. You had some humor, and again, just saying it was simple and clear. That was really nice. As for some points to consider, let's call them this way. So consider point number one, that is pronunciation. It's not my task actually, but I cannot. I am used to be a grammarian here, but I am overwhelmed with this by this beautiful girl today, unfortunately. But you'll have your job. That's okay. I'll just a little, yeah. Okay. So you should.
And pronunciation have nothing to do with each other.
With grammar, but usually it's task of a grammarian to point. That's okay. Maybe that's just okay. So just you should practice it. You should work on it. Yeah. The better you sound, the better impression you get from speakers, from listeners, and they tend to be more interested in a well-developed, delivered speech. Yeah, with a good accent. And the biggest point here is awareness. You should be aware of, you should think about, you should remember, aware, that you need to work on it. Because a lot of students, they listen to teacher, they say, yeah, I understand, and then next day they forget about it. Like even I have, believe me or not, I have a reminder that tells me every day to work on my pronunciation, yeah? So be aware, work on it, and you'll be fine. So, Bruxelles. It's Brussels, yeah? London, muscles from Brussels. And the next thing, well, let's omit some grammar stuff, forget about it. What I didn't like is you had a little bit disruptive pace. So, you know this term, flow of speech, when the speech flows, yeah? It just doesn't suddenly drops dead and then just wakes up and goes on. Yeah, it should flow. When you work with people, they're all different. They have like their own stuff to think about. You have catch their attention and hold it. And when you just make some pauses, when you turn back, when you just when your speech interrupts itself, yeah, you just make stops and then just you're not very emotional. You're not very, I don't know how to say, flowing. Yeah, people tend to apply somewhere. Yeah? They lose their attention. So you probably need to work on your tone of your voice, yeah, of your of your influence on people. You should probably be more active, like walking, more gestures, tone of your voice, ask questions. You should make dramatic pauses, eye contact, and avoid unnecessary ones. When you say something, stop and do something here, yeah. But anyway, great speech. Go on. See you next time here, and thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your evaluation. And our next evaluator is Victoria, who is going to evaluate Ibrahim's speech. So,
Hello everybody, my name is Victoria, and today I'm going to evaluate your speech, Ibrahim. First of all, I'd like to thank you for your presentation. First of all, I was impressed of your greeting, because you say hello for everybody of our today meeting. Also, I really liked that you appreciate this opportunity to give a speech to all of us. It's really cool. Then I also liked the topic of your speech, because it was your personal opinion of this topic, like personal feelings. You had a good structure of your presentation. You have like a beginning, the body, and the ending. Also, I like that you had an interaction with an audience. You asked a question. Also, you had gestures. Then also I like that you have a good tone of presentation. You had pauses when they are needed to be. Also, you had an eye contact, but the one minus that I made, then I observed that you had an eye contact with this part and in this part you just looked maybe 2 times and that's all. But in the overall view, the speech was very nice and thank you.
I'd like to add that he needs to work on his voice, I think, just a bit louder. Because it was really hard to understand some words in some parts. So the topic was interesting, and just work on it. So,
I can also add that it was the only presentation without any video, pictures, whatever, but it was very impressive. Nevertheless, personally for me it was the most memorable one, because you are speaking about things that we should also do.
Thank you. Thank you, Victoria. Thanks for adding some keynotes. And we continue with the evaluation. And please welcome Kate, who is going to relay her speech.
So in general, I really like this speech because the structure, the message, and the total impression was very nice, and I liked it because concerning the structure, the manner of how you performed, it was in quite a smiling and relaxed manner. So you have very good and nice body language. You move very nice. You have open gestures. You have very nice and interactive manner of speech. So it really attracts and it catches everybody's attention. What I have to say is to make your body language better, you have to look really in somebody's eyes around you for several, maybe for 10 or 12 or 15 seconds, because really you're looking somewhere a little bit higher than everybody sitting. Anyway, if you're tall, you can look a little bit lower because the people's eyes are a little bit really lower. Then what I liked also about your speech, it was really nice, and you performed really in a nice way. So you have all the components for a good public speaker. If you work on a little bit, on your speech, on your accent, it will be even better. So I think that everything is just must be done in a little proper way concerning your pronunciation, and then we will get a very good, prepared, and nice public speaker. So thanks for your speech.
Okay, thank you very much for your evaluation. And we continue with the table topic session evaluation, and that's actually done today by Dave. So please go.
Thank you. I want to say that I'm very delighted to do that, and I want to thank Eugene to make that great, incredible stuff, and to all of the speakers. So I'll try to make it short, and I'll say that I was looking for non-verbalic at the most part of the time, because I couldn't hear, because I was writing what are you saying, so I just look over how do you behave. So Margot, so I think that was great. I guess you're a newcomer, so yours was the first. You needed the great strength to do that stuff. So I admire your feelings. So what can I say? Try to work, yeah. More and more speeches, and you'll be more open to people. So I just say that you're great, and you should make more practice, and you'll be just like open to everyone. So, okay, thank you very much. Then Natalie. I like very much your gestures. So you were open to people, and you were showing some figures of gestures. You used them. Also, you smile. Your emotions, they're coming to people. It's great stuff. What about your minuses? Gap sounds, I guess. They were a little bit disturbing, and leg pose. So I just say that a lot of people just had that leg pose like that, or like what that. It shows that you're not confident. Even if you're not confident, you should try to stay confident. You know, like kind of that kind of stuff, not these one, or especially, I said later, so, and a little bit more eye contact. I like really your emotions, so I think everyone would appreciate if you smile at them. It would be great, so thank you very much. Then Tanya. Tanya? There you go. Very good. I liked the most your humor. So you went just very humorous, energetic, you tried to joke, it was really great. About your presentation, no name. You just went out and started your speech without any presentation of yourself. So I think it will be useful for people to know your name and so on. You are one of the presenters of those XX legs. So that was kind of bad, so don't do that stuff. It looks not very confident and no great. And the eye contact, at first I thought that she made an eye contact, but then I saw that she looked not at the people, but a little bit over their head, on like a map, chairs and so on. So I just figured that out. So, yeah, look at the eyes. Yeah. And the end. I think that the beginning of your speech and the end are very important. And you just stop and that's all, and you're gone. So there is no finish, no ending in an appropriate way. But still, thank you for your humor, and that was cool. Okay, thank you. Oleg. Oleg had lots of humor, and he was the first who was confident, but a little bit conservative. Like, he stand wide, that's great, he's a man. But still, his arms were crossed. So it was like 50-50, but I think that's great, because he came confident. And he joked, that's great too, but I don't speak English. Yeah, but everybody loves his joke for them, that's great. So that's kind of it. Thank you very much. Julia was okay. Great. She said hello. She one of the first who said hello, everyone. That was great, I guess. She said compliments to people. I don't know who exactly, but to Eugene. Yeah. Say to some other guy compliment, show that you're a good person too, that you appreciate what has been done there. So I think that's great. She had good points in her speech. I heard of logic, so it was logical, and she had great gestures as she done in a previous time. So great gestures. Legs. I discovered that she was these were really tight. I just can't even make no space between the legs. It's one of the poses that also shows that you're a little bit stressed maybe. But still okay, and the weak handing, so I guess you just maybe stop telling and go. But still, thank you. Oh, Lisa, I just, big letters, I wrote down turbo. You was very fast, you know? It's your plus, it's your great energy, and it's your great minus, I guess, because the audience after Julia's weak and that was slower, and you like, and some people just, whoa, what is that, like nuclear explosion or something kind of that. So you had movement, that's great, movement is okay, I really appreciate that movement. And still, legs, they were crossed, like that, you know, like that position, and so on, but yeah. Posing and gestures were a little bit plus, a little bit minus, because too fast showing gestures to people, maybe you can hurt someone. And your tone, I really tried to listen to you, it was interesting, but still, if we measure like tone, which people can talk like bass, and the close one, yours was to maximum, and it was always on maximum. And you know that's a characteristic of our psychology, that if you continue to break on a limit, people just stop listening and just stop taking the information, and you will almost scream. I just think that you could maybe lower your tone a little bit.
I just think that people there.
So, thank you very much. Kate, Kate, who was the next? Yeah, your great gestures. I really admired your great gestures, and you use questions, interaction with audience, asking questions. It really helps to move their thoughts after the shock. And you use movement, you move, and still you have no name. You just like and started. No name. I guess it's a little bit disturbing. And you had some people behind. At the beginning of your speech, you stood for these people in your back. I guess guys were not offended by this gesture, but still, you should look through all audiences. So thank you. Then Oleg. There you go. I admired that speech because that was almost everything. The name, the question, the gesture, the movement, and it was personal. You know, when you make your speech personal to you and to people, and you saying, I was there, and people think, oh, I was there too, and this can really involve people in your speech, and they going after you. So that is great. You were confident. I felt that, and maybe more eye contact, but who doesn't want more eye contact? I always like more eye contact, so thank you very much. Then Tatiana, that's you. You said, hi, my name is, that's great, and you also used that personal stuff. As for me, I think that also helped, and in the end you thanked that I really, we are listening to people and you just thank you for your attention. It was great. I always appreciate that stuff. Legs, that was an interesting stuff when I crossed legs like this, but she really stopped like okay, mind control, that's good. But then when you, in the middle of your speech, I guess you just forgot about that stuff and you crossed. So I write it recrossed. So it was great. So you control yourself when you're speaking. And more gestures, maybe a little bit more gestures. You have gestures, but maybe you should make it a little bit wider to, or maybe open. And 30 degrees angle of sight, like from this to this person and the others.
Because Boris stood there and he was so great.
You're prepared to work with big audiences in theater. So thank you very much. And Anna, she was great because it was, I think, not an ordinary speech. She had a special task and she answered lots of questions. It was very tense to do that, but she made it. So I guess that's great, and she was also smiling. So it is a main feature of every advertiser. If you're walking through not smiling advertiser, go to hell, they're not smiling. That's kind of it, and the legs. You were hidden behind the table, but still I saw your
The girl can't stand like this because she's not a soldier. It's not polite. So better stand like this.
I guess it's more better, but not stand like that.
I didn't stand like that.
Okay. Arguing with women, that's not my.
Okay, thank you very much for this detailed evaluation. And the next report we will listen to is our grammarian report. So we welcome Alex.
So I will try to make it really brief. I'm the first time here, so it's my first time here. So I would start with the first speaker. The thing I get is that you get a little bit of the problem with auxiliary verbs, like is and do and does and stuff like that. And I think you should exercise a little bit more about like first person, second person, third person, a little bit. But in total it was great. Thank you a lot. So the second one. Sorry, I forgot the name. Ibrahim. So I already told that your speech was very strong. as for me. And there was a couple of cases when the word order was not correct. And that's it about you. And in total, like, grammar was good. I like it. Thanks. The third one, third speaker, yeah, here we are. And speaking about Germany is actually like one of my hobbies too. Yeah. That is why I should say that the only thing I really don't agree about is that Germany is not the cleanest one. America is the cleanest country, because seriously, I have never seen such like people who think about cleaning the streets so much. Never. Maybe the reason is that I work in some touristic area, and that is why everything is like perfect. But I haven't, honestly, I haven't been to some big cities like Berlin or Munich in Germany. So maybe when I have a chance, I will investigate it. But here, I strongly disagree with you. Really.
Maybe you prepare a speech for this.
Yeah.
In German.
What about what?
Grammar?
Yeah, grammar. So, grammar.
Oh, great.
The problem I found in this speech was the word order. And actually it is quite common for almost all of the speakers. But in particular it was okay. And yeah, one more thing I don't like, there are some structures that sound totally Russian. I mean, in English the structure of the sentence is quite different. And when you make it like sound a little bit similar to Russian.
Just bring an example.
Sorry, I've got a lot. We saw many, not this one, sorry. About hitchhiking, by the way, autostop is not used, it's like Russian word. Totally, so hitchhiking and that.
No.
It's not used.
Foreign people always know this word.
Which ones? I've never actually met anybody who was using this word. Well, I travel a lot and work abroad. I have never met anybody who was using like all the stuff, only hitchhiking. So,
or in the sentence to stop the
Well, stop.
So, Michael, I think you should just be a little bit more confident, and that's like the biggest problem you get with lack of confidence. And I'm not really sure I should speak about grammar, so my only advice for you is to be more confident. Yeah. Or am I kind of like in the name? I don't remember the name. Sorry. Natalie. Oh, Natalie. You, Natalie. So I thought you were Anne. So sorry. I like the point about medicine. And speaking about grammar, you get also a problem with word order.
Why I come here.
So everything else was like quite okay.
Is there an example?
Oh, without example.
A lot of time.
No. The point is to show the example that people understand what they realize.
Okay.
Sorry.
With a little bit with stances, okay? It's easier to find an example with stances. So every day we're going. If there is a marker of time, like every day, it is present simple. It is not present continuous. I just got this mark like word order. Sorry. The next one. Yeah. So the problem I've seen with your speech is the problem with tenses also. And for example, I like to watch him. So you mix like both.
Gerund and infinitive.
Yeah, gerund and infinitive, and it's like present simple and present continuous together. So you should work a little bit about it. And in total, it was quite understandable and quite okay. Thank you. Olga. Sorry?
Not next.
Not next?
Oleg.
Not
Okay, as far as I understand, you're just beginning studying English, but still you shouldn't tell it to people, I guess, because it's like, oh, I'm here, I'm speaking English, but I don't actually speak English, you know, and like, you shouldn't tell it. You're quite self-critical to say that you don't speak English now because you actually managed to provide a speech. So I think you should just, you should just exercise a little bit more and like be more self-confident. And I'm not sure I should say anything about grammar. Thank you. Julia? Sorry?
Any grammar.
The thing that like I just kind of help you used that with people. People are animate. Cool. Yeah, people. Because as for me it sounds really impolite. It's like sounds. Speech was you also was really like slow and you were like a sparkle, I don't know. And you really impressed me a lot. So
I know you sometimes confuse much and many with much people.
yeah, so was something really
Use a lot. It's good.
A lot is also not for everything.
But more than okay.
Yeah, so also a little bit of problem with articles. Sometimes you confuse definite article, the non-definite article with the zero one. Okay, Kate. So nice to see you today again. Great. I like your speech. I always like your speeches and our speaking club also. And the thing I can figure out about your speech is that you are not very confident using such structures as So you should work a little bit at passive voice. Yeah, because there was a sentence and it was like used a little bit in a different way. You said, so it should sound something like is currently being cultivated. So it's not like it's not cultivated itself. The process is done by somebody, and that is why there should be another type of sentence. So that's it. Everything else was great. Thank you. Olga, yeah, here we are. At last. So you get some mistakes speaking about articles. It was like we all need the advertisement. You don't need you don't need the article. Just we all need the advertisement, and that's it. And everything else was fine. Thank you. That's it. Huh?
Which one?
I think. Yeah. You get a little bit of trouble with word order. Yeah, like and there was like a case when you skipped to the auxiliary word also. There was like you should have said is really necessary and proceed, but you said like just really necessary and that's it. So it was in a sentence, so
maybe I said it's and yes.
Maybe it was just a little of time and you just skip it, but that's something I noticed. And actually everything else wasn't here. And yes. So what I noticed is that you also sometimes confuse definite and indefinite article. And it's like sometimes I cannot say it's like a great problem, but sometimes it's visible and errable and as for me it should work. So and actually I should take the grammar specifically. Thank you. So that's it. Thanks.
just some numbers from me. Oleg 21, Ibrahim, great, no one, no, nothing. Andrew 20, Margot 13, Natalie 46, Tanya 22, Oleg 25, Lisa perfect but 64. Kate 16, Olga 34, Tatiana 28, and perfect 3.
Julia, thank you very much. And our last but not least moderator is our art timer, Masha.
Thank you everyone for your speeches. They were very interesting and great. And the first speech was continuing for 6 minutes 27 seconds. It means that you has a great feeling of time. The second Ibrahim speech was continuing for 6 minutes and 37 seconds. It also shows us that you have very good sense of time. And the last speech from Andrew was continuing for 6 minutes 47 seconds. So it's cool, I think.
Masha, thank you for your report. In addition, I would like to say that probably you noticed that our meeting has been recorded, so you can be your own evaluator. So if you follow our contact group, so you can find the video of this meeting. So, and the last thing we usually do, we assign the roles for the next time. So my first question would be, who would like to prepare a speech for the next time? Please raise your hand. Okay, Lisa. Natalie. Yeah, okay. I think that's enough. Okay, who wants to prepare the questions for the next time? Okay. Who wants to lead the next meeting? That's what I did today.
Let me do it.
In 30 seconds, we're gonna take the photo, and this is actually the end. So I really hope you enjoyed today's meeting, and see you in a week. Thank you very much. Let's stand somewhere over here.
Okay. Small but wide.
Oh, we need to group. We need to group some more.
Yeah, let's stand a bit.